This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Man shot dead, suspect held while trying to escape and gun seized. A man who reportedly shot and killed a resident in St. James and was trying to make his escape has been apprehended by the police. Reports from the police are that about 6 p.m., the now deceased 35-year-old Richard Baker of Glendevon, St. James, was driving his Toyota Crown motor car along the roadway. Police said Baker reportedly stopped to make checks on his vehicle and was attacked by a gunman traveling in a Toyota Axio motor car. The gunman shot him several times. Baker, however, managed to drive his vehicle to a location where he saw a police team and informed them of the incident. The quick response of the police led to the gunman being intercepted and arrested. One Taurus 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 7 9mm rounds was also seized. The injured man was transported to the hospital where he later died. Westmoreland man charged with robbery and firearm possession. A Westmoreland man who reportedly held up patrons at a bar and robbed them at gunpoint last month has now been charged by detectives. The man, 23-year-old Lensord Rattray of Lewis Street, Savannah Lamar in the parish, was picked up during an operation on July 17, one day after the robbery. He has been charged with robbery with aggravation and illegal possession of a firearm. The police say about 4:30 p.m. on Friday, July 16, Rattray and another man held up patrons at a bar in Galloway District in Whithorn, Westmoreland, and robbed them of $40,000 cash, liquor, and phone cards. Rattray and his accomplice reportedly escaped on a motorcycle. His court date is being finalized. Death toll rises to 227 after a 7.2 magnitude earthquake hits Haiti. At least 227 people were killed and hundreds more injured and missing after a 7.2 magnitude earthquake struck Haiti on Saturday. Prime Minister Ariel Henry said he was rushing aid to areas where towns were destroyed and hospitals overwhelmed with incoming patients. The epicenter of the quake was about 125 kilometers or 78 miles west of the capital of Port-au-Prince, the U.S. Geological Survey said, and widespread damage was reported. Rescue workers and bystanders were able to pull many people to safety from the rubble, the agency said Saturday afternoon on Twitter. It said injured people were still being brought to hospitals. Henry declared a 1-month state of emergency for the whole country and said he would not ask for international help until the extent of the damages were known. He said some towns were almost completely razed and the government had people in the coastal town of Lecoy to help plan and coordinate the response. The most important thing is to recover as many survivors as possible under the rubble, said Henry. We have learned that the local hospitals, in particular that of Lecoy, are overwhelmed with wounded, fractured people. He said the International Red Cross and hospitals in unaffected areas were helping to care for the injured and appealed to Haitians for unity. The needs are enormous. We must take care of the injured and fractured, but also provide food aid, temporary shelter, and psychological support, he said. Later, as he boarded a plane bound for Lecoy, Henry said he wanted structured solidarity to ensure the response was coordinated to avoid the confusion that followed the devastating 2010 earthquake, when aid was slow to reach residents after as many as 300,000 people were killed. Power cuts loom as JPS and union clash. The public is being warned to brace for possible power outages in the coming days as the technical and administrative staff of the Jamaica Public Service Company is restive, reportedly over the non-payment of some benefits. In a release yesterday, the Union of Clerical, Administrative and Supervisory Employees, which represents the workers, said that performance-based pay due to the staff from 2018 for the years 2016 and 2017 were still outstanding. The union claimed that the management had indicated in recent meetings that the monies earmarked for the payment had been spent. The union is rejecting that kind of response and is urging the management not to put themselves in a position where they can be accused of wage theft, the UK's release said. It also claimed that although the workers had not received their payments, all managers were paid in full up to last year. The JPS had expressed surprise at the union's statements, saying that there was no signed agreement between the company and the unions for this incentive payment. JPS head of corporate communications, Winsome Cullum, also noted that the matter has been before the Ministry of Labour for the past 3 years and is yet to be finalized. There is standard procedure that companies and unions are required to follow on a matter has been referred to the ministry, she added. The unions are well aware that the company can take no action on this matter until it is resolved at the ministry. Curfew imposed in Gregory Park. A 48-hour curfew has been imposed in sections of Gregory Park, St. Catherine. The curfew began at 6 p.m. on Friday, August 13, and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. on Sunday, August 15. The boundaries of the curfew are as follows. North along the Dyke Road about 1,759 meters from the roundabout to the intersection of Portmore Village and Dyke Road. South along the train line from the intersection of the Dyke Road to the intersection of the Municipal Boulevard about 2,080 meters. East along Dyke Road about 695 meters from the intersection of Portmore Village Boulevard to the train line. West along the Municipal Boulevard about 1,322 meters from the intersection of the train line to the roundabout. During the hours of the curfew, all persons within the boundaries of the curfew are required to remain within their premises unless otherwise authorized in writing by the ground commander. Farmer arrested in connection with death of stepson. A St. Catherine farmer is in custody in connection with the death of his stepson. Sean Winter, 24, was shot to death during a dispute at his home in Biles, Kitsentown, St. Catherine, about 9 o'clock Thursday night. His stepfather later surrendered to the police. Motorcyclists figuring prominently in Hanover crimes. The Hanover police have embarked on a major drive to seize illegal motorcycles operating in the parish. According to the police, statistics gathered on crimes committed in the parish are pointing to motorcyclists being involved in a significant number of those crimes. In recent months, the police have been quite vigilant against motorcyclists and have seized numerous motorcycles which were found to be operating illegally. At present, we have over 300 motorcycles in storage in the station yard. Superintendent Sharon B. Put, the commander of the Hanover Police, told the news. With approximately 19 shooting offenses committed in the parish since the start of 2021, the news has learned that 7 of the incidents involved motorcyclists. Of the 7, 3 were involved in the commission of murder, while 4 involved non-fatal shooting offenses. We seize motorcycles daily, not less than 2, sometimes as many as 4 in one day, explained B. Put, who is now facing a space problem at the Hanover Police Headquarters, where many of the motorcycles are stored. At the July monthly meeting of the Hanover Municipal Corporation, Lucy Mayor Sheridan Samuels urged the police to become more proactive in their response to the number of illegal motorcycles that traverse the roadways daily. His concern was against the background of the significant number of road crashes involving motorcycles and the increasing number of crimes being committed by motorcyclists. In reference to the mayor's concerns, Biput made it quite clear that the police have not been negligent, but were in fact doing all they could to track down and apprehend criminals who are using motorcycles in carrying out criminal activities. As I said before, the Hanover Municipal Corporation ought to enlighten themselves about what we are doing, because the impression is that they are not aware that we are seizing the motorcycles, which is a daily thing for the Hanover police. Some of the motorcycles that we have seized have helped us to solve some of the murders occurring within the parish, said Biput. As it relates to the overall crime situation in the parish, Biput said they now have a 66% clear-up rate for murders committed since the start of the year. There is also a 71% clear-up rate for serious crimes overall. Biput also pointed out that the 2 persons who were implicated in the murder of Lloyd Campbell, who was killed in the Bacchadias area of the parish on July 31, have been arrested and charged. A court date has not been set for them. 9 more COVID deaths, 580 new cases, and hospitalizations reach 393. Jamaica on Friday recorded another huge increase in COVID deaths, with 9 being added to the tally. It means since March 2020, Jamaica has seen 1,285 COVID fatalities. The latest COVID deaths are as follows: an 86-year-old man from St. Catherine, a 70-year-old woman from Manchester, an 88-year-old woman from Manchester, an 89-year-old woman from Manchester, an 87-year-old woman from Manchester, a 43-year-old man from Kingston and St. Andrew, a 49-year-old woman from Kingston and St. Andrew, a 52-year-old man from Kingston and St. Andrew, and a 48-year-old woman from Kingston and St. Andrew. Meanwhile, 580 new COVID infections were recorded in Jamaica on Friday. The parish breakdown is as follows: St. Catherine 128, St. Anne 117, Kingston and St. Andrew 107, Westmoreland 61, St. Elizabeth 38, St. James 34, Manchester 25, Clarendon 24, St. Thomas 21, St. Mary 12, Hanover 7, Trelawney 5, and Portland 1. At the same time, hospitalizations have gone up. There are now 393 COVID patients in hospital, with 88 moderately ill and 44 critical. On Friday, 22 recoveries were recorded. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.